Hi everyone, I'm a sexologist and sex coach, and today we are going to talk about polyamory. We're going to talk about how many seniors practice polyamory, how long they've been practicing it, and how their relationships work out. So if you're interested, stay tuned. The number of people who are in polyamorous relationships over 65 is growing rapidly. The largest study done on the topic so far was done in 2018. It had 50,000 participants, and it found that 3.4% of them identified as polyamorous. That's more than 1.5 million Americans over 65. But keep in mind that this is just the number of people who identify as polyamorous. Many people may be in polyamorous relationships, but don't necessarily identify as polyamorous. So the number could be higher. Researchers also asked those who identified as polyamorous how long they had been in their current relationship, and what kind of relationship they had. So let's take a look at these results. More than half of those in polyamorous relationships had been with their current partner for less than 5 years. 29% had been together for 5 to 10 years, and 13% were together for more than 10 years. So I guess this means that many seniors don't start exploring polyamory until later in life. What I find really interesting is that 48% of those surveyed said that they initiated the change from a monogamous relationship to a polyamorous relationship. That is huge. That shows that it's never too late to explore different relationship styles as long as you are willing to have an honest conversation with your partner about it. It's also interesting to note that 57% of those over 65 in polyamorous relationships are women. The most common reason given by the participants for entering into a polyamorous relationship was the desire to have more freedom in their relationship. Other reasons included a desire for more love and affection. No particular reason. Dissatisfaction with their previous relationship and wanting something different. Wanting to be with someone younger. Wanting to be with someone of the same gender. And wanting to have more sex. As for the type of polyamorous relationship they were in, 65% of those over 65 were in what is called a triad, meaning they had 2 partners, either a man and a woman or 2 men and 1 woman. About 17% were in other types of open relationships, where both partners had multiple partners but didn't live together. And 15% were in hierarchical polyamorous relationships, where one partner had a primary relationship with one person and a secondary relationship with another person. For example, a husband and wife who both had a secondary relationship with a younger partner. In my opinion, the biggest strength of this study was that it included such a large sample size. This makes the results much more reliable and generalizable to the wider population. Another strength of this study was that it used a nationally representative sample, meaning that the participants were selected in a way that they are representative of the general population. This makes the results of the study more generalizable to the wider population. The study also used a well-validated survey instrument to measure polyamory. The researchers used the 2014 Socio-Sexual and Relationship Preferences and Practices Survey, which has been used in other studies of polyamory. This instrument has been shown to be reliable and valid, meaning that it accurately measures what it is supposed to measure. One limitation of this study was that it relied on self-report data, meaning that the participants had to accurately and honestly report their own behavior. It is possible that some participants may have been embarrassed or ashamed about their polyamorous behavior and may not have reported it accurately. However, the researchers took steps to mitigate this potential issue by ensuring that the survey was anonymous. Participants were not required to provide any personal information, so they were likely more truthful in their responses. Another limitation of this study was that it was cross-sectional, meaning that it only captured data at one point in time. This means that the researchers cannot say anything about how polyamory changes over time. However, this is not really a major limitation, because most people don't start exploring polyamory until they are older. So the researchers were able to capture the experiences of a wide range of people in later life. So what do you think? Are you surprised by these numbers? Do you know any other interesting facts about polyamory in seniors? Let me know in the comments below, and please share this video with anyone you think might be interested in this topic. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.